Namaskar. This is Dr. Bright Keswani. We are learning the software engineering fundamentals. Uh, Today's lecture is based on the software quality standards, models, and monitoring plan. These are the learning objectives and learning outcomes of this lecture. Through this lecture, a student will learn all essential details about various software quality related standards, methods, and models. Not only this, you will learn that how to monitor various development activities. After the completion of this lecture, you will be able to understand the various quality related standards and methods so that you can also able to make quality software by using quality related standards. And secondly, why the monitoring is needed and what are the various methods to monitor over the development process are the uh, you can understand it in a better manner. So discuss about let us start the lecture, and we have we will discuss about we will discuss the following points you can see in your screen: quality management principles, international quality standards and models, and monitoring plan in this lecture. Let us discuss about the topic first, that is quality management principles. There are two main principles of quality assurance, which are uh, the first is uh, fit for purpose. According to this principle, the product should fit and desired purpose. That is, the product should serve the objective for which it has been developed. The second principle is right first time. As per this convention, the product developed must be free from any defects when it is created. It is also termed as a zero defect approach. So you can say that quality assurance is a preventive method that aims at improving the quality of product and services as well as the level of productivity by laying stress on the product design and the related processes. It ensures that the designing of the product should be such that the deviations are minimum. Its main aim is to first to identify the primary cause of non-compliance. Secondly, take the necessary steps to reduce the causes. And thirdly, to eliminate resources of the non-compliance in future. So the quality assurance is a proactive process within quality is created at the initial stage, that is when the product is designed to ensure that the product satisfy the requirements. It should be satisfy the standards. It should be satisfy the customer specifications. And it seems that it is the product design and process in which the quality can be integrated into the product rather than the detection mode. Let us discuss about the international quality standards and models. Quality assurance functions are categorized into five sections. First is technology transfer, second is validation, third is documentation, fourth is assuring quality of product, and last is quality improvement plans. Technology transfer is concerned with the function involves getting a product design document as well as trial and error data and its evaluation. And these documents are distributed, checked, and approved. As far as the validation is concerned, a validation master plan for the entire system is prepared. Approval of test criteria for validation project product and purpose and process is set. Resource planning for execution of a validation plan is done under this section, under this validation process. In the documentation process, this function controls the distribution and archiving of documents. Any changes in the document is made by adopting the proper change control procedure and approval of all types of documents. So the documentation is an important quality assurance function. The technology transfer is another quality assurance function. Then validation is the another quality assurance function. Other functions are assuring quality of products, whether it is correct, whether it is complete or not, whether it is reliable or not. Okay, so there are so many quality parameters. So assuring the quality of the product is the another function. Then quality improvement plans should be prepared. So the quality assurance function is to is have an objective or function to or aim to develop quality improvement plans also. Okay, let us discuss about the quality assurance certification. There are several certifications available in the industry to ensure that organizations follow standards quality processes. Customers make this as qualifying criteria while selecting a software vendor. ISO 9000 certification is a very renowned certification in this direction, and the main objective of this certification is to review and verify whether the organization is following the process as expected and check whether existing processes needed improvement or not. And this certification helps in many ways, like it helps in increase the profit of the organization. It helps to improve the domestic and international trade. It reduces the waste and increase the productivity of the employee, and it provides excellent customer satisfaction because uh, it is related to the quality management system. It is a certification which assure the quality standard. Okay, so it provides excellent customer satisfaction. It reduces the waste and increase the productivity of the employees. It improves the domestic and international trades, and it increases the profit of the organization. So these are the benefits of ISO 9000 certification. There are several types of, there are basically three standards of ISO 9000. ISO 9000 series of standards is based on the assumption that if a proper stage is followed for production, then good quality products are bound to follow automatically. So this type of industries to which the various ISO standards apply are like ISO 9001, ISO 9002, and ISO 9003 standards companies. Let us discuss about ISO 9001. This standard applies to the organizations engaged in designing, development, production, and the servicing of goods. And this is the standard that applies to most software development organizations. As far as ISO 9002 is concerned, this standard applies to those organizations which do not design products but are only involved in the production. For example, of these category industries contain steel and car manufacturing industries that buy the product and plants designs for external resources and are engaged in only manufacturing those products. Therefore, ISO 9002 does not apply to software development organizations. Okay, so we are concerned with the ISO 9000 only. ISO 9003 is the standard applies to organizations that are involved only in the installation and testing of the product. For example, gas companies. So basically, there are several quality standards of ISO 9000, and we are following in the software industry. We are following the ISO 9000. Okay, let us discuss about the uh, capability maturity model. Uh, to improve the software process, an organization needs to first understand the current states and then develop a plan to improve the process. Okay, so CMM is always it is always applicable that changes to a process must be introduced in small increments and then decides the order of the improvement activities be undertaken, and this depends on the current state of the process. Once some process improvement takes place, the process state may change and a new set of possibilities may emerge. The concept of introducing changes in small increments based on the current state of the process first introduced in the capability maturity model, which is illustrated in this slide. The CMM provides a general roadmap for process improvement. The process capability of an organization determines what is expected from the organization in terms of the quality and productivity. And the goal of process improvement is to improve the process capability. Okay, a maturity level is a well defined surface towards achieving a mature software process. And according to the CMM, as you see in the figure, there are five well defined maturity levels for a software process: initial process, repeatable process, defined level, managed level, and optimization level. So there are five levels in uh, the level of maturity in the capability maturity model. The CMM says that as process improvement is best incorporated in small increments, processes go from their current levels to the next higher level when they are improved. And during the course of process improvement, a process moves from level to level until it reaches at level 5. The CMM provides characteristics of each levels which can be used to assess the current level of the process of an organization. And the characteristics of levels also suggest the rise in which the process should be involved so that it can move to the next higher level. So these are the five steps, five levels of the for the process maturity. You can call it as a maturity levels suggested by the capability maturity model. Let us discuss all the levels one by one. We will start from the initial level, that is level 1. The process capability is unpredictable as the process continuously changes. Organizations at this level benefit most by improving project management and change control. In the repeatable process, project management is well developed. Policies are managing a software project constructed at this level, that is second level, and uh, uh, when we talk about repeatable level, other characteristics are software project standards are defined and followed. Project communications are realistic and based on past experience with similar projects, cost and schedule tracked, and problems resolved when they arises. So this is the second level, that is repeatable level. The at the defined level, the organization has standardized on a software process which is properly documented, and in this process each step is carefully defined with entry and exit points, that is entry and exit criteria, you can say, methodology and verification mechanism for the output of the step. So in the defined step, processes are well characterized and understood, and processes standard procedures, tools, etc. are defined at the organization level. Okay, so uh, defined level is also plays an important role. The next level is managed level. Data is collected from software processes, which is used to build models. Measurements makes a process predictable. So you can make a level predictable here in the fourth level. Optimization level, when we talk about optimization level, process performance continuously improved through incremental and innovative technological improvements. So data is collected and analyzed to identify areas that needs improvement in quality and productivity, and new technologies and tools introduced and their effects measured in an effect to improve the performance of the process. So there are five levels in capability maturity model, and when we talk about quality improvement concept, the quality improvement concept also has uh, uh, five steps. First step is to understand the environment and current processes. Second is to set goals for performance improvement. Uh, Thirdly, choose component processes. Next, to execute projects and provide feedback data, analyze the data at the end and determine problems, makes recommendations and improvements to be applied. And lastly, based on the experience gained from the projects, define and finalize the changes to be made to process. There is a important thing which is a feedback cycle from the projects. It is an important component of quality improvement concept. The basic input for process improvement is provided by collecting appropriate data of existing projects. So there are several guidelines, there are several steps in when you are uh, understand, you are learn about the quality improvement concepts. The next model is CMMI level, the capability maturity model integrated. It is a process improvement approach developed especially for software process improvement, and it is based on the process maturity framework and used as a journal aid in business process in the software industry. And this model is highly regarded and widely used in software development organizations. CMMI has five levels. An organization is certified at CMMI level 1 to 5 based on the maturity of their quality assurance mechanisms. The first level is initial level, as we earlier discussed. In this stage, the quality environment is unstable and simply no processes have been followed or documented. At the second level, level 2, that is repeatable, some processes are followed which are repeatable, and this level ensures processes are followed at the project level. When we talk about the level 3, that is defined level, set of processes are defined at this level and then documented also at the organizational level. Those defined processes are subject to some degree of improvement. When we talk about the fourth level, that is managed level, this level uses process matrices and effectively controls the processes that are followed. When we talk about the last level, that is level 5 and optimizing level, this level focuses on the continuous improvement of the processes through learning and innovation. So these are some models. Let us discuss about the last model, that is test maturity model, TMM. This model assesses the maturity of processes in a testing environment. Even this model has five levels defined as initial, definition, integration, management and measurements and optimization. Let us discuss all the levels one by one. The first level is initial level. There is no quality standard followed for testing processes and only ad hoc methods are used at this level. In the second level, that is definition level, defined processes, preparation of test strategy, plan, test cases are done. In the level 3, that is integration level, testing is carried out throughout the software development lifecycle, which is nothing but integration with the development activities, that is V model. Then level 4, that is management and measurement level. A review of requirements and designs take place at this level and criteria has been set for each level of testing. In the last level, that is level 5 and optimization, many preventive techniques are used for testing processes and tools support, that is automation, is used to improve the testing standards and processes. So this is the last model. So we have discussed uh, various quality attributes and capability maturity model. We have discussed ISO 9000, CMMI level. Then we have a discussion on test maturity model, that is TM. Let us start to discuss about the monitoring plan, which is a very important plan of and related, directly or indirectly related, it is related to the software quality assurance. The software project is a various uh, crucial thing. How to develop, when to develop, what are the resources used in the development of a software. These are some key questions. So the project control over the project activities are also important, because there is a lot of money, there is a lot of time invested by the development team in the development of software. So it is essential to monitor all these activities, development activities. So some sort of monitoring plan should be there. The project control phase of the develop of the management activity is the longest, we can say. Proper project monitoring can play a significant role in the context of control activity of the management, and all methods that management uses to monitor the project should be planned during the planning phase, so that management is prepared to handle the charges and handle the changes and can respond quickly. There are several methods of monitoring. The first method is timesheet method. Once project development begins, the management has to track the expenditure and the progress of the project. Progress can be monitored by using the schedule and milestones as per mentioned in this plan. Timesheet is the most common method of keeping track of expenditure. Okay, and it records how much time different project members are spending on different activities in the project. So it is a very important thing. Timesheet is very much uh, timesheet is providing a very much interesting and related data, as it records how much time and different project members are spending on different activities in the project. The timesheet is a common mechanism, you can say, of collection of the raw data. The data obtained from the timesheets can be used to obtain information regarding the overall expenditure and its breakup among different modules and different stages. So timesheets are very important, and it is one of the method for of the monitoring plan. Second is review. Review means what? Review means view again and again the same thing. For what purpose? For to establish the quality in the software. Okay. So the review can provide a wealth of information. First, the review schedules can be used to determine how the project progressing compared to its planned schedule, and then the review report indicates in which part of the project the programmer or analyst having difficulty, and with this information corrective actions can be taken by the management, or like replacing of a junior person with a senior person is the best example of a review. Okay, so review is a method that provides a wealth of information to the management, to the project leaders, okay, related to the performance of the code or related to the performance of the staff. Okay, the third method of monitoring is cost schedule milestone graph. So there is a graph between the expenditure and cumulative budget and the time. Okay, so there is a graph which represents the planned cost of different milestones, and it also suggests the actual cost of the achieving milestones gained so far. By having both the planned cost versus milestones and the actual cost versus milestone on the same graph, the progress of the project can be easily evaluated. So such type of cost schedule milestone graph will provide you an exposure to identify or evaluate the project easily. The x-axis of the graph is time, where the months in the project schedule are marked, and the y-axis represents the cost in person month. And there are then curves present in the graph. One curve is the planned cost and planned schedule, and the second curve represents the actual cost and actual schedule, and actual achievements of the project is marked. And for each result, the project at the point presenting the time when the result is actually achieved and the actual cost of achieving it is marked through the cost milestone graph. Let us discuss about the earned value method. The system design involves a small group of senior people, because there are a very less number of senior people. After the system design is completed, a large number of programmers may enter in the project for detailed design, for coding and testing. And during the detailed design, coding and testing activity, proper monitoring of people progress of that difficult component and progress of the overall project become important. So the earn value method uses a summary task planning sheet, means STPS, for each module. Okay, and each module has the uh, had some steps, follow some steps as marked in the STPS. What are these steps? These steps are detailed designing, coding, testing, and integration. And each step of the task is assigned an earned value, which is the value person month that will be earned on completion of the step. So the sum of the assigned values for all the steps for a task is equal to the total cost assigned to the task, or the total estimated efforts required for the test. So how to calculate the cost of a single task? The cost of step 1 plus the cost of step 2 and plus cost of step n. So this is the addition between the cost of step 1, cost of step 2, and so on. So it will provide you the cost of a single task. Then how to estimate the cost of overall project? So if you uh, measure the cost of task 1 and cost of task 2 and so on, and you can um, uh, edit addition, you can have some addition between all the tasks, so that you can estimate the cost of the overall project. At any given time, the total efforts or cost spent on a particular task can be determined from the timesheet. The total value earned can be determined by the adding the earned value of all the completed step of the task, and by comparing the earned value with the total cost spent, the project manager can be determine how far the project is from initial estimates and then take the necessary action. So, at a summary report called as earned value summary report can be produced monthly or bi-weekly that summarize the earned value for each route and each test, the actual efforts spent on that task. So, earned value method is another form of other method of monitoring the progress. Then let us come to the next and last point of uh, monitoring plan, that is unit development folder, UDF, or programmer's notebook. UDF contains the plan, progress, and all documentation related to the development of a program unit. A unit of software is one that perform a specific function, as you all know. A unit could be a module, a unit could be a procedure, or it could be a collection of some modules. A UDF means unit development folder is typically established after the system design phase when uh, tasks distributed among programmers, and there is a UDF for each unit, and initially it contains all specifications of the unit as obtained from the requirements and system design. It is given to the programmer responsibility for the development of the unit, and all demonst- uh, documentation produced for unit goes in the UDF, and this includes the detailed design for unit and unit test plan and unit test results. The documentation or document from different UDFs are finally merged together and form the system documentation. So, who is creating the system documentation? Who is having the complete system documentation? The system documentation from different UDFs are finally merged together and form the system documentation. An important element of the unit development folder is the schedule and process report of the unit. The overall schedule for the unit is determined from the project plan and it gives to the programmer responsibility for the unit. As I earlier said, as each task or step is achieved, the programmer gets it certified from the IT manager and writes the task completion date. Okay, so uh, there are several methods we have discussed. This is all from my side. This is these are some questions you have to reply. These the answer of these questions. The uh, first question is, which of the following is not included in future cost? Rework, repair, failure mode analysis, and none of the mentioned. None of the mentioned. Which requirements are the foundation from which quality is measured? Hardware, software, programmers, or none of the mentioned. The right answer is B, software. Which of the following is not a SQA plan for a project? Evaluation to be performed or amount to be technical work or audits and remains to be performed. Then documents to be produced by the SQA group. So the right answer is B, amounts of amount of technical work. Degree to which design specifications are followed in manufacturing the product is called quality control, quality of conformance, quality assurance, quality of the mention. So what is the answer? Quality of conformance. Which of the following is not included in external failure cost? Testing, helpline support, warranty work, and complaint resolution. Testing. Testing is the activity which is not involved in external failure costs. Which of the following is not an appropriate cost appraisal cost in SQA? Inner process inspection is the first answer, first option. Then maintenance, then quality planning, then testing. So there are four options, but the right answer is quality planning. Who identifies documents and verifies that corrections have been made to the software? Project manager, project team, SQA group, or all of the above? The answer is SQA group. The primary objective of formal technical review is to find what? Is to find uh, errors during the process so that they cannot be become defects after replace the software. So there are four options. First is error, second is equivalence fault, third is failure cause, and fourth is none of the mentioned. So the right answer is errors. What is not included in prevention cost? Quality planning, formal technical reviews, test equipment or equipment collaboration and maintenance. So the right answer is D, equipment maintenance, collaboration and maintenance. The The 10th question is software quality assurance consists of the auditing and reporting functions of management. Is it true or false? It is true. So, friends, in this class, we have discussed about so many things like what are the aim and objectives of of software quality assurance activity, how we can survive with the mm, uh, with our less knowledge. So this lecture provides you in-depth knowledge about software engineering. Uh, Now I am closing the uh, session, and I have discussed today a lot about software quality assurance. If you have any doubt, then you can consult with uh, several books available in our library for use. Thank you.